We could do one with an umbrella.
All right, we're live.
Okay, we are.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to angle that a little differently.
Yeah, I was just thinking that
There we go.
it might need a.
Do you need something to pop it up?
Yeah, I just need like a little. Not. Oh wait, I think that's too much. Oh yeah, that's more ceiling.
Yes.
That's better.
Okay,
Yeah.
now somebody turn it so it's not just me.
Go.
There we go. It's basically just me, but it's fine. Just lean in a little.
There we go. All right. All right. What is going on with this thing? Hello, Amanda.
I'm Amanda, our trusty viewer.
We have 5 people on. See,
I forgot to share
Kristen Zook's watching and Amanda's watching.
We got more responses
two.
for that one.
Oh, good.
Like I had 9, and they were from the
What,
original
22?
22. Mm-hmm. They're gonna include the original 9, but
Yeah, but that's
it's better than
yeah.
nothing.
That gives us something to work with. Okay.
Awesome.
Hi everybody, we're just getting started. Give us a minute. Thank you for whoever's joining us live and repeating it later on at your time. I will start off with Katya doing the minutes.
Hello. Okay, so our last meeting was on February 10th. And we had some pretty decent Facebook Live attendance. Thank you guys again. We're really, really hoping eventually one day we can do this in person again, but thanks for bearing with us. So I reviewed the minutes of the last meeting. Rebecca gave a treasurer's report for both for both January and February because we hadn't had a meeting in January. I'm not going to go through all of that, but our ending balance for last meeting was $22,336.09. The business we discussed last time, new business, was our bylaws. We went over the amendments that we had decided to make, and a motion was made by Rebecca to approve the amendments. That was seconded, and we will be officially voting on that tonight. Did you remember to put that in the agenda?
I did.
I completely forgot to tell you. The appreciation days that we had last time were for the school counselors. That was in the beginning of February, and we had provided them with little gift baskets. Thank you, Kristen Zook. Fundraisers, Gertrude Hawk, that ran through the month of February, and we actually extended that a little bit. And pickup at the time was scheduled for March 22nd. The food truck festival scheduled for May 19th at the Covered Bridge was discussed, and we asked for vendors to contact the PTO, specifically vendors from our school district. And the virtual book clubs, which started today, actually. Not exactly smooth sailing, but I think we've ironed out our kinks. So that did not have a huge sign up, but we hope to make this something that can continue into real life book clubs. The books that we chose were Flat Stanley and the Magic Tree House, something about baseball, I forget exactly, for Peters, and an I Survived book and a Dear America book for the kids at Slatington. Our old business, Rebecca filled us all in on what was going on with our taxes and the 501c3 application. We had decided to change the name of the PTO for the 501c3 in order to avoid using a name that had previously been used, because this PTO has existed apparently for a really long time and there have been multiple different names. We will continue doing business as Northern Lehigh PTO. However, we will be officially known as Peters and Slatington Elementary PTO. There was a $275 fee for completing all of that filing. And it was also recommended to us that instead of yearly audits, that we simply use a accounting software and kind of audit ourselves at the end of every year and go over that, because we are not an entity big enough to warrant the cost of a yearly audit. Holiday gifts, thank you everyone for picking them up. At this time last month, there were still a few who had not picked up that still had them in the office. So if you haven't picked them up, please do this. They are at your child's school in the office with your child's name on them. And we discussed the canceling of the trivia nights that we had scheduled over winter break due to lack of participation. Open discussion, we asked for people to think about donating raffle baskets for the food truck event. We discussed how to thank Andrew Kabrick for his very, very generous donation to the PTO of not charging us, excuse me, for all of this accounting work that he's been doing for us. And we the board had decided to cancel the Booster Thon fundraiser simply due to all of the restrictions in place this year. It did not seem like something that would be feasible. And that was last meeting. I'm going to turn it over to Rebecca.
Hello. So I have our financial report for the month of February. Our beginning balance on February 1st was $22,336.09. We didn't have any income. We did purchase our staff appreciation gifts, which would have been school counselor week, for $65.84. We had $400 in fees for filing with Pennsylvania State, what's it called? Corporation and nonprofit or something like that. I can't remember. Tax stuff, yes. So that included the $275 filing fee that we knew for the 501c3 and also for the state. And then we also had our $6.36 Google domain charge. So we had total expenses of $472.20. Our ending cash balance on February 28th was $21,863.89. And that's it.
And now it's Amber's turn.
Okay, first off in new business, we will start off with the bylaws. We'll be putting into a motion for the approval of updated laws. So I have to have a motion from one of you and a live member, correct? So if someone present in the room can do the first motion.
I'll motion it.
All right, so the motion has been made to vote on approving the bylaws. Does anyone out there in Facebook land second the motion?
All you have to do is say approve a motion. I know we're lagged.
Nikki seconded it.
Thank you.
Can we have her second it even though she doesn't have a student in the district?
Oh, wait.
She doesn't.
Does she work for the district?
Yes.
Okay, then we're good.
Sure.
Yeah, if she's a staff, she's a member of the PTO.
She's in the bus company.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, our bylaws say staff.
Okay.
They don't
Even though she's
specify.
through Brandy, not through.
Oh, she's not employed by Northern Lehigh?
No, she can't. We have to
Okay,
have someone
somebody else has to second that motion,
So
please.
I just don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, no, that's fine. No, no, that's totally fine.
Sorry, Nikki, but thank you.
Amanda Cromer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda.
She seconds with a laughing emoji.
Okay, so the bylaws that we discussed last month are now in effect. Next up are picnic tables and outside needs. With the return of the students going back 4 days a week, 4 days a week. We would like to offer the schools some type of need for outside supplies. We did discuss a few months ago about purchasing picnic tables. Rebecca did put out a survey to the teachers. She will let me know now what the responses were from that.
Okay. So I sent it out this morning. We had, and it went to all of the classroom teachers, and I forget what my spreadsheet said. It was definitely classroom teachers, and I think it may have been like
Support staff
or like the speech therapist, because she, has to take kids out also. So we had 22 responses. 14 people said that they would like picnic seating for teachers. 15 teachers asked for outdoor classroom space, and 3 said they really don't see themselves using either a picnic table for themselves or outdoor classroom space for their class. There were a couple of alternative ideas. One of the teachers provided us with a link for flexible seating for their classroom that could also be taken outside or in the hall, or something called scoop chairs. Another teacher said the thought of making our outdoor space more usable is very much appealing, especially during this time. Your painted sensory activity on our playground is used every single day. I would personally use picnic tables or metal round tables with seat spots for my children to complete a lesson or activity, or to use as our monthly lunch reward for those well-behaved. And then she also requested that we get umbrellas for the tables. She said she also, hold on. She said her children would love the paw prints in our garden to use as a stepping stone. Do you know what that is? Or is that at Slatington? I'm not sure what that is, but we will figure it out. Her idea for outdoor classroom space would be 20 larger paw prints used to sit on in a large circle outside.
Oh, that might be more cost effective as well.
Yeah, it might be more cost, but then you don't have to worry about a table or seating, and they can just sit crisscross on the step. We also
say that one, I'm sorry.
She said paw print. 20 larger paw prints to be used to sit on in a large circle
so
outside.
basically like a rug as in the shape of a paw print? Is that what she's...
Well, no, she's thinking
like
a concrete paw, like
like a sit upon kind of thing, where like this is your seat, because they would just sit on the ground.
Okay.
But it would be like a concrete, like a garden bench type thing almost. That's what I'm picturing.
So maybe we can...
She said they also sit under the big tree out front. If the tables or outdoor seating could be away from the playground.
Yes.
And then they're always in need of soccer balls and other recess balls if we have extra funds. Those are my thoughts. I'm thankful for all that you do. Another teacher simply wrote, I would appreciate any additions to our outdoor space. Thank you. Another teacher said, no specific idea, but I love the idea of having a space where classes can go outside for breaks or to works. And another one said, I'd love to take my lunch outside as well to teach my students without having them sit on the ground if possible.
Okay, so at this point, I motion that we definitely look into getting outside tables or chairs for the students. I would like to have it taken care of by the next meeting, like costs and how many we need. Like we'll have to go obviously to the principals.
What if we don't do a picnic table for the teachers, but like a bench? Like
Because then they can't eat their lunch. That's they want to go out for lunch.
Like they want to eat it.
I think we could all. I mean, I don't think we would ever have like a lot of teachers out
I
there
think
at one
table
time.
for the teacher is fine. And
Like I think one
multiple-
table would be sufficient. And I would not have a problem like giving the teachers an umbrella to go with that. I feel like they could, handle closing it, and I don't know who would be in charge of bringing it in. We may have to discuss that with the grounds people, like, because obviously you can't leave an umbrella out like all winter and things.
Right.
But
especially
like
weather.
I feel like we may have to, when it comes to like the students and things, look for locating the outdoor space in a place where there's some shade, like maybe near the tree out front or things like that, versus a bunch of umbrellas. Like that just seems.
I think her comment
Even
with the
like-
umbrellas was directly related
Yes.
to the tables.
Yes.
I know we're mainly focusing on Peters, but at Slatington, I don't know if they're allowed to use the space between drop off and the teacher parking spot. There's those trees there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that where like the stairs lead
Yes.
down?
Yeah.
And there's
Oh,
all
okay.
that on.
That
If you're going
grassy
downstairs
area.
to the left,
Right.
Oh.
I don't know, like.
I mean, I would assume it's school property.
Yeah, it
I
is
mean,
school-
I think
but
it's
just-
one thing if the teacher is taking the class out there.
Right. 'Cause, I mean, that is shaded. I would.
I mean, that's something we'd have to talk to Mr. Pine about and figure out.
I had a brief thought though on the picnic tables. Do you think that there would ever be more than 4 teachers out at a time for lunch?
I mean,
If we are still encouraging social distancing, even though they're
Right.
outside and they're eating, if you have a 6-foot picnic table, you can only put one person on
Right.
it. Like it's going to be kind
so
of staggered.
I mean, well, they go to lunch by grade, correct?
Yes.
So typically we have like 5 teachers per grade. Is that like?
Give or take, and then you figure also the support staff sometimes is in the lunchroom with the teacher, like the secretaries.
So
and-
I mean, there are picnic tables that are longer than your average size, which would solve that problem.
I'm just thinking maybe
Right.
we should get more than one. Like I would be fine with 2.
So
I feel like it
let's
would
talk for a
definitely-
hot minute about budget on this.
Yeah.
Do we want to repurpose that reserve budget we had for the Zenden to this for the time being, since we honestly really don't have a timeline on the Zenden? Like, not table the Zenden idea, but put it on, like, since it's on hold indefinitely right now, because
Right.
who knows
And
what school is
who
going to look
knows
like in the fall if they
even
need,
right, if they even have the room still available
Exactly.
for us to use.
So my suggestion would be to
think that's
to
like-
use the money we had reserved in the budget for the Zenden towards this. I mean, obviously there's going to be more that we need to spend,
Right.
but that's reserved money that's really just kind of sitting there, and we honestly don't know when we can continue with that. And that's something that we can, when it comes back and it is an option, we can easily fundraise for that again. Like,
So how much did you? I don't remember.
We had $1,200 set aside for the Zenden at
for each
Slatington.
school.
For each school, and we did not spend anything for the Zenden at Slatington.
1,200. Both schools.
Each.
1,200, right?
We did spend a little bit for Make Peter's Pop, but it wasn't a significant amount. Oh no, it was. Sorry. We spent
Like almost 900.
we spent $266. It looks like already for
I
Make
think it
Peter's
was
Pop.
more than that because the cricket alone,
Hold on, let me look at that.
and then the paint.
The cricket wasn't that expensive. Or is
gonna
the
have-
cricket the thing we don't have a receipt for?
No, I don't remember.
I
don't
don't-
remember.
I have
and
no-
honestly, I don't have mental space for that one.
So no, okay, let's just. I mean, honestly, when I look at our ending balance, plus we just completed the Gertrude Hawk fundraiser, I think it's safe to say we can do because we set aside in the preliminary budget $1,200 for each school, correct? So let's start with that $1,200 for each school, and then we need to decide how much we want to add to this.
Okay. I mean, I know just by looking at our numbers before the meeting, we're gonna have to definitely add to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, these things aren't necessarily cheap. However, they seem like something that will last for a relatively long time. So, like, it's kind of a quality investment. It doesn't seem like most of these outdoor things will fall apart
Right.
within a few months. So, we also, again, are not going to be paying for field trips.
Correct.
We do still have money left over from what we set aside for quote unquote COVID relief from our bus field trip bus
Yes.
budget.
So what do we have left over from that?
We have $628.74.
I'm sorry, 620.
28.74. So if we split that evenly and added another,
It'd be like
$300.
$1,500.
Yeah.
Which I feel like we can at least cover the picnic table and umbrella needs with that. And then that leaves us with having to come up with a budget for the outdoor classroom seating. I'm assuming that these responses are relatively equal from both schools.
Yeah, let me double check that. It seemed like they were.
I mean, not that nobody from Slatington wanted anything, and
Well, do you want me to tell you who? Let me do it this way.
I mean, I don't need
No, but
absolute details about which teacher said what, but if nobody from Slatington is interested in picnic tables, then
I would say that it looks like the responses are split pretty evenly
Okay.
between where the teachers are. Just 1, 2, 3, 4,
Kim
5.
says our printer was like $189. The paint and supplies were about $150.
Okay, thank you, Kim.
6, 7, 8. Yeah, half of them. I would say 10 of them. About 10 of the teachers that responded are from Slatington, so it's pretty cut.
Okay.
So yeah. Do you want to know the 3 people who said they're not interested but made a suggestion for something else?
What was your other suggestion?
I just gave them like a blank, like, no, you're not, I'm not going to use either of these, but I could use this instead.
what were the other suggestions there?
One of the students, one of the teachers, I think at Slatington, requested earbuds or headphones for the students because they don't have the students do not have the funds or the ability to get new headphones if theirs break.
Okay.
If we get a few good pair per teacher, ones that can be sanitized, I think all the students will be able to use them for years. Thank you for everything you're doing. Somebody else asked for breakout EDU boxes, educational breakout rooms for the classroom. I don't know what that is, but we can ask them. And then somebody else said mystery science supplies. So those were the three other
the mystery
suggestions.
science supplies have been a bit of a headache in 4th grade. I don't know how many grades do that, but I can speak to that a little bit. That these science projects they do require a certain amount of supplies. So there's constantly emails coming home. If you are able to send in like twine or this or that or extra paper cups or it's just they're not expensive supplies per se,
Right.
but they're things that the school doesn't readily have on hand for these science experiments.
Okay.
And they're not necessarily part of their art kit this year. A bizarre one for a while was these sugar cubes. Like the entire 4th grade bought out sugar cubes at every grocery store. You had to go all the way to Whitehall to find sugar cubes. And every kid needed like 4. But you get like a whole box of sugar cubes. It's the most bizarre. Okay.
So those 3 things, all those alternates, the earbuds, the mystery science supplies, and breakout boxes.
So I think that those are things that in general, we can put on our list of things to that are good to provide for the schools. None of them seem like they are insanely expensive items. I think maybe like the headphones or earbuds thing, I think it might make a little bit more sense to simply donate them to the office.
Okay.
Because I know there are a lot of students who, hi.
Oh, did that fall over?
There are a lot of students who do have their own and provide their own. So are we saying, every teacher gets 10, but maybe one teacher that year has a lot of kids who need more versus other teachers don't have kids that need any. It might make more sense to just simply, like we did at the beginning of the year with the school supplies, kind of donate just like, you know, a bulk box to the office and like, here, if students need these, that can be their individual pair. That also eliminates that whole need for like sanitation and stuff like that.
So
I mean, you know what? I would leave those. I don't think that they're something that we have to say no to. For the purposes of this project, I feel like we don't necessarily need to include them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
But we know that the teachers want them,
right? And then that's
we can allocate funds for it. That's not an issue. I would almost say that we could take that $600 back from COVID relief and just apply it to stuff like this, because is mystery science something that that parents would need to provide even if it weren't a COVID year?
I'm not sure.
And same thing, like earbuds. Like, is that like do we?
I mean, honestly, I think earbuds and headphones are now a permanent fixture of education. I mean, they kind of were on the supply list before that.
Elizabeth's always needed them.
And after this year, they're like the technology's not getting less.
So
as much as we would love it to, it's not going to get less.
So then scratch that. We'll just create a new.
Right.
I can just create a new budget item for random.
So,
classroom
do we want to throw out there, like, does anybody want to kind of like be on a committee for this and kind of like help put this together? Or, I mean, because I know you guys all like watch our meetings all the time and things, but do you want to be involved and help out? Like, if this is something you'd like to kind of join us on, send the PTO an email or message us on Facebook, and we will include you in this project. If nobody reaches out, we're going to eventually ask for volunteers anyway. So, but I feel like this is, it's going to be a little bit of a bigger undertaking, especially with keeping within budget and meeting the needs of different size kids at different schools and things. So if anyone would like to participate in this, reach out to us, let us know, and we will include you in the proceedings. At that point, I feel like we've kind of
discussed that point.
Yeah. I mean, unless do we want to agree on a total budget, or do we want to pull some prices and
let's
see
pull
where
prices,
we're going?
and then we can like in like 2 weeks we could talk. That way we have the numbers.
Okay.
Because I'd rather get it rolling.
Right.
Because I mean,
let's get this ball rolling, because it is going to get nice out pretty
Right.
quickly, and I'd like them to be able to use this before the school year ends.
correct.
All right.
Okay. Next up is teacher appreciation. It is May 3rd through the 7th. We are looking to have it catered this year due to COVID-19. We feel that this would be a better idea than our normal potluck. My question is, since we're considering catering it, do we still buy teacher gifts?
Do we have a budget item for
I'm
that?
sure we have a budget item
For the teacher gifts,
Let me.
yes.
Okay. So
There's
here.
definitely.
So last year, let me see if I can find it.
But we just gave them the gift cards last year because we were not in school.
Right.
Okay.
How many
Yeah.
viewers do we have?
Currently, we have 6, but we were up to 11 was our highest number.
Let me see.
I just feel, I mean, what we were looking as far as catering was something like Chick-fil-A, Panera, the other place down there, Salad Works. I'm sorry. Just because with everything going on, it would just be safer.
Yes.
And who knows if we'll even be allowed into. Normally, us as the PTO and volunteers would go in and decorate the lunchroom and make it like a theme and go all out.
I was so excited for this year that I was going to be able to do it because all my kids were in school. I'm really like super bummed.
So I don't even know if we'll be able to like go and like take in. Like, I don't know how it's gonna work.
Okay.
No idea.
So
Yes.
last year, I think last year we just did the Amazon gift cards
Yes.
for teachers, correct? So last year we spent $1,750 on Amazon gift cards for all of the teachers. So when I did staff appreciation gift budgeting, I set aside $2,000 total. We still have a couple appreciation days coming up, but we still have $1,827 left.
Okay.
So even if we don't spend $1,700 on teacher appreciation, like we did last year, because it was just, a fun. How much were those gift cards anyway?
$25 a piece.
Okay.
So we also, I've sent the email several times, and there are teachers that still have not accepted their. Like, it shows me they viewed it. They've seen their email because it tells me like they opened it. They're not, like, they haven't, and then I'll hit resend. They view it and they've left it. I don't know if they just don't want it or.
Well,
Yeah, but it's like paid for and sent. Like
Right.
it doesn't come back to us.
yeah.
Maybe we need to let the principals know to
make a list of the teachers who haven't
Okay.
used
Yeah.
it, and then we can send
and
it to them.
hey, let your teachers know that this is like a regular old gift card. Like if they don't use it, it's just
Yeah,
money
maybe they
that's
think
not
it's like a
spent.
scam. You know how you get those
Well,
scams?
Yeah.
or they think that like if they don't use it, the PTO gets to keep the money. Like
Oh yeah. I don't know how we would get it back or.
that's the thing. You don't like it is what it is. It's out there now. So if they don't use it, like it never gets used.
Right.
I mean, it's just like if you give somebody a plastic gift card, and they never use it.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I highly doubt that catering is going to cost $1,700. I would say for all this, whoever is treated to the catering that day, the
Like
whole
everyone.
Okay, so I could see it being half that or 3/4 of that for both schools, depending on where we get the catering from.
I mean, there's not like, I guess there isn't a local business that we could even ask.
Well, when I ordered catering for 25 attendees from like a local restaurant, it was usually close to like $560 to $600 depending on what entrees we chose. That was for 25 people for a hot meal with entrees and sternos and stuff like that.
That's not, yeah, no.
So comparing that to somewhere like Chick-fil-A or Panera Bread, it might not be $600 per school either. And even if it is, it's only
Christmas
$1,200.
says, I feel that we need to get them something after how hard they had to work this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to
So
it.
then
just-
I
So-
need suggestions because this is not my forte.
Okay, so I personally have eaten catered Chick-fil-A. I find it very like middle of the road. So it usually includes a salad, a couple different options between like nuggets and chicken sandwiches. Like you can pick from a lot of different things. They also have like hoagie style, like cold sandwiches. So it's very like I find it appealing to a lot of different.
We just have to watch because we do have a lot of vegetarians /
Right.
Chickens.
So
in our school, like a lot.
I have not had Salad Works catered, but Salad Works is really expensive. Like when you just order a salad, so I'm not sure what their catering costs.
Right.
A place I used to work with used to do Boston Market. It's good, but it's very hearty. So I don't know if that's really going to like appeal to the mass palate.
Do our teachers want us to like cater at the lunch with all of this? Like I know like, okay, so the feeling from that, last school board meeting, some of those teachers are scared. Are they going, like, I don't want to buy this food and then be like, I'm
Right.
not comfortable eating.
So-
So maybe we should put out a survey and make sure that's something they would want.
What I can say is that I know Chick-fil-A Whitehall is very, very on top of like COVID safety. So I do know that their catering isn't how it used to be where it was like a giant tray with things on it everything is like individually packaged now.
Right.
So I think that's also something we could ask about, like, you know, are all of your things individually packaged? Because then, you know, you can just have like 15 salads, you know, where everyone just takes the salad. And there's no, like, everything is in its own box. And you would simply walk by, take what you want, and leave.
I would agree that a more franchised or incorporated restaurant might be a better option for having individually.
Right, because I
wrapped
feel if we would go
lunches.
to a local establishment, I'm not going to say names,
No.
but they're just going to give us a try.
Right,
And
exactly.
That's not what I want. I
Right.
want how she was saying, individually.
Yeah.
And that's why I said those places, because I know
Yeah.
that they can do that.
Yeah, and I think that
Not that I don't want to give the business to our local.
no, but I don't know if anybody would be able to individually pack
Right.
dinners.
Right.
The other option would be to just do gifts for the teachers that aren't food. But then we run into, like, what are we getting them?
Right. Well, we just agreed we were intimate. We are getting food and a gift.
Okay. So
So we need to think of a gift. Like in the last year, not last year, but the year before,
So
we did.
can I like?
when is May
So
3rd?
we usually I Pinterest those ideas and I hardcore Pinterest until I find something that I feel speaks for our needs. I'm more than welcome. Like I'll do it. I just feel like, do we want to put the time in? Because we've made most of those gifts.
Right.
Like, you know, the one year was the mittens, and then we stuffed them all, and
Right.
it doesn't take long, but it is like a good.
Right.
Is that the type of gift we're doing, or do we want them to be more?
Last year we bought those clipboards, and everyone loved the
The
clipboards.
clipboard.
I mean, or do we do the picnic tables as their Teacher Appreciation Week gift? I mean, that's costly. We can use some of the Teacher Appreciation money
To help offset
Yeah.
the cost of that, and then do the catered lunch.
Right.
And the picnic tables will be there before the catered lunch. That's my goal. They're going to be there before May. So they could then, if they chose to, also take that catered lunch and enjoy it at their picnic table.
I mean, I just feel like I don't want to just go and buy stuff just to buy it.
Right.
I want them to say, you know, we could really use this, do this for us, not us just, I don't know. Any suggestions from video chat group? Any ideas on what to do for the teachers?
Kim asked, why not survey them?
So the problem we have run into with this last survey is we've sent it out twice now, and we've gotten a total of 22 responses. This is the problem with surveying. And I honestly think that the teachers are just like completely overwhelmed with and surveyed out with all the stuff that they need to do. That it's just like, and
We're getting
I-
100 emails. They're probably not worried
Right.
about us.
I also think that, like, for them, what they get specifically is probably not really a priority. Like, they're just happy to get something. But I would like it to be something that they find useful. I kind of like the idea of rolling in some of that money to the picnic tables. And then maybe making it 2 picnic tables. Potentially also putting, like, a little plaque on it, like, with, you know, what it's for and when it was
If
done.
we appreciate you and,
Yes.
you know, something.
Yes.
So, because, I mean, usually we went in and, like, decorated everything and
Right,
did everything
yeah.
really nice, too, and that's not happening.
Right. Yeah.
Unless we slip Kim some decorations and she hangs them up somewhere.
She's only got an in one school. We need an in the second school.
Oh, I know a couple. We can slip them some stuff. Be like, here, take that.
What about water bottles?
Yeah, what about something like that?
Kim laughed.
I do happen to
Right.
know somebody
She
who
said,
makes
ha, ha, ha.
custom bottles.
I was just thinking, they probably all need their own little bottles now. We could do like.
I do know somebody who makes custom bottles, like these insulated ones like this. They're not in our school district,
I know someone who's getting a Cricut soon.
but no, these are like custom coated,
I have
like
Oh,
they're
like the tumblers.
yes.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Now, like normally the price is not super cheap, but if we were going to order, like, how many t-shirts do we have?
I have catalogs in my supplies that I get
Yeah.
like
Well, there's got to be at
weekly.
least like
There's
at least 30.
I think I sent out 57 emails
Okay.
today, maybe, and that.
So
that
I mean,
didn't
if we're
include,
doing
like,
a
both
bulk order,
secretaries.
it might be really cool, like to do like a Northern
but
Lehigh.
we also do cafeteria ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, custodian, like
didn't
the-
we
Okay,
do
so
this?
we have
So,
decided
yeah, so we-
to
I
not
know.
get the ones we appreciated already.
I know, I'm
another
just
gift.
I just was retracting that. Yeah, we already did do that, but in the past, I mean, like literally everybody gets treated.
Well, I feel like the
School
food
district.
can be available to anyone in the building,
Yeah,
but that the like
teacher
Actual-
gift.
the
Someone,
actual gift, yeah.
someone within the school district does do custom tumblers. It's just
Yes.
Kim's comment, so.
No, that would be like, I mean, I'm not opposed to supporting a small business through this as well. As long as they're not on the PTO board, but
okay.
so I think like that's something that I don't know, I mean, I feel like a really cool custom like Bulldogs tumbler. Everybody
I think
drink.
if we can get the right price,
Yeah.
maybe if we like buy supplies and just have to pay someone's
They're
time,
expensive tumblers.
because
They are. Well, like typically an individual one is somewhere between like $20 and $30 depending on what you're having
I
put
feel
on it.
like to get a good one, you're looking at closer at $30.
But like
Because I've tried to go
Right.
cheaper and then I regret it.
right, but we're also talking about a bulk order. So you can say, you know, if we're ordering this many, can you give us a discount because it's bulk? Because that also, like, it makes their supplies that they order, they will then order those supplies in bulk, which makes their cost less.
And we're not doing 55 individual custom mugs.
Right, they
We're
would all
doing
be the same.
design. Right.
So they would place a bulk order for the tumblers and a bulk order for the supplies to coat them, which means that their costs would be less.
I'm not gonna butcher the guy's last name. Dylan M does tumblers in the dish, and he's in the district.
Okay, we will reach out to him and anyone else that anyone has recommendations for, and find out what the cost of that would look like. And then I think we can also compare it to something online.
There's like an officer too within the district. I can't think of his name right now, but I can picture him. Where
You
is
can picture
Nikki?
the
If Nikki,
officers, Kristen.
right up the road from my house. If Nikki's still on, she would know what police officer does the tumblers.
Anyway, yeah, let's reach out to some places. Let's check out what it would cost from a company online, just for like some comparison, and see if it's something we can afford. Because I think it would be a really cool gift. But we kind of need to look into how much this is all going to cost. Because, like, yeah, in theory, we have like 22,000 and something sitting in the bank, but we need to also have a little bit of money left in the account to start next school year. We can't start at zero.
Correct.
Because I can tell you right now, if they reapprove field trips, everybody's going to want to go in the fall. And then they're going to be looking at us going, we want to go on a field trip. We're going to be like, we got $5. Not per class, but $5. You all can walk around Slatington. Like, so, I mean, we do need to a little bit plan for some expenses at the beginning of the year. But, I mean, I think that our community did a really good job fundraising this year under the circumstances. So I would like to be able to give some decent things back.
Correct. Okay, moving on. Another appreciation is bus driver appreciation that is coming up on April 27th. Last year we had cupcakes delivered to them. Would like new ideas for this year.
There's about 6. I want to say there was 50 something last year, and I want to say so. Like we should plan for like 60, but I'll ask Nikki to get the exact number.
So, are there like things that go along with like driving a bus that we could get them? Like, I mean, I'm really gonna date myself here, but I can recall our bus driver in elementary school had like a little tiny fan that clips to like your visor for their own personal like air when a bus full of smelly children gets on in the afternoon, you know, like, I can but you know, like things like that, like things that make your life within your school bus more comfortable, that aren't necessarily something big, but because they're sitting in a bus. I mean, I have like stuff in my car for all sorts of things. I've got my magnet for my phone, and I've got like my little thing that fits in my cup holder for all my stuffs. Like,
you know, like they bring their own candy. They do their thing up there. They got their little setup. Right.
So, like, is there a way that we can maybe get them like something for in the bus to simplify their lives?
Does that include the bus aides too, or just
Yes.
the drivers? Okay.
Yeah, that's what we can't spend a lot there.
Right.
Not that I'm not appreciative of them, but it's not.
Last year it was like what, $20?
Yeah.
Like I made a school bus out of cupcakes.
Yeah.
What about? Have you guys seen those cup holder coasters?
No.
They're coasters that are like, they're either made from porcelain or from other like absorbent, like raw porcelain, or like other absorbent materials like pressed, like super pressed cardboard or things. Basically, you put them in your car cup holder so that when your Dunkin' iced coffee or whatever sweats, it doesn't leave that puddle in your cup holder. Like the little coaster absorbs all the liquid,
Okay, that's kind of cool.
and then you just like let it dry.
That's cool.
I mean, that's what I do now without the little.
I just stick it
But
back.
well, yeah, but like it's like something small and
Cute,
cute,
though.
and
Yeah.
it doesn't matter then if you're a bus driver or an aide. Everybody has a car. Like, I mean, they're getting to and from work. It's something that you could.
Nikki can put hers right in mine.
I just went back on what Kristen said, that they'd like their goodies. I mean, keep it simple. Why don't we just buy little craft bags, fill them with, like buy, big bags and stuff, and then just fill the bags.
I would be fine with that.
We could also stay with our whole gift basket thing.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea too.
And get like, but instead, because there's a lot of them, get like a big tub at the bus garage there.
That's some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Because that's kind of been our little trend for
So
the
Kristen
year.
Zook, we need a huge gift basket made for the bus drivers and aides
There we go. Winner.
for April 27th. Okay.
Go big, Kristen Zook. Go big. How many? Do we have like a total count of how many people we have there?
I can get it for you.
Like, just so, like, I mean, are we buying for
I'm
20
gonna-
people or are we buying for
She
50
said, like,
people?
60.
Last year
Like 60?
it was like, I remember it was like 50 something. So I'm
Okay.
gonna say like
So, like,
60.
Yeah.
So
Kristen, like, for at least
if Nikki's
50
out
people-
there, she's got a job. If she left us, then well, she's getting a text that she has a job. We just told her she can't vote, but she's got to go to work.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be enough for each individual person to have a bottle of water or something, but it needs to be big enough that, like, 60
Right.
people can, like, benefit from it or whatever.
Right.
Okay, good.
Moving on, old business. Book club started.
I'm going to take this.
Okay, that's fine.
Kristen Zook said, got it.
Book club has started today. It'll be going the whole month of March. We are looking possibly about doing it again if it does go well. Food truck night. We have 3 confirmed food trucks. We are still looking for at least 2 to 3. And when I say I reached out to everyone, I have been nonstop messaging trucks. And either they're booked or they're just not responding back to me. No. So if you have a hookup with a food truck, please reach out to me. Again, that's going to be on May 19th.
I have a hookup with an out-of-town food
That's
truck.
fine.
Do we have a barbecue truck already?
We have the sticky pig.
Our confirmed
Can you get
ones
the cheesesteaks? I can give you a number.
is Sticky
but I don't know
Pig,
what they're-
Chicken or the Egg, and Bananarama are my
Okay.
confirmed.
I mean, if we already have a barbecue truck, then
Right.
it seems silly to reach out to them, but
And we also are looking for more vendors. I don't know how many. How many do we have? I don't know how many we have so far.
So we have one confirmed. I've just gotta get our money.
Oh, that's okay.
Like she has it,
Okay.
and that's it. One confirmed. We sent out 6 that have said they were interested, but I've not received anything back. So
Okay. So anyone who does Color Street, Scentsy, Pampered Chef, LuLaRoe,
locally, both of our that I know of, unless there's somebody else here that hasn't really spoken up.
if you are interested in putting a table out at our events, it will be May 19th from 5 to 8. Reach out to us.
I'm pretty sure Ashley King's not watching, but
I already talked to Ashley.
she sells like 8 different things. No,
She's not interested, but
Okay.
she will donate a basket. I
Okay.
already spoke to her.
Do we have a 31 person?
We do not. I have not actually talked to any 31, which I'm surprised.
So,
No, I
Meg-
lied. The one I did ignore, like she got the information and then ignored me. So I was like, I guess you're not interested.
Meg Force.
Oh,
yes.
you know what? She did, but I didn't hear back. Like
Okay.
I'm waiting for her to give me her contract.
I mean, I know
Okay.
a lot of 31 people. I mean,
yeah.
And the ones in the district.
let's see.
I have a Color Street person that would probably want to do it, but they're not within the district. So I would like you to
Color
exhaust.
Street is. I'm waiting. She just didn't send it back.
Okay.
Survival keychains.
Do we have a Scentsy?
Usborne is interested. She's waiting. She has to get some special approval because of the way she donates. The school will get more from her.
Oh, okay.
So she
do we
has
have a
to just-
Scentsy?
Alex, you want to
reached-
do it? I know she usually watches the replay.
I know Alex just started, didn't she?
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
it's Wrench.
Wrench-
Frenchler,
yeah.
yes. Otherwise,
reach
I
out
mean,
to
Jackie
her.
Bauer is who she signed up under.
I reached out to Jackie and I believe she did not respond
Okay.
because I knew she sold.
Yes. So yeah, I just know
And I
Alex
was
just started
turned
because there was like
down
a
by,
huge
like-
post about that.
What?
I just know Alex just started because there's a big post about that.
Yeah. She's my hookup.
Um,
What else did I want to say about? There was something else I wanted to say about food nights. I forget. If I come back to it, else whatever. Gertrude Hawk fundraiser was very successful. On my agenda, it says we will let you know the definite ASAP date. They did actually call me this morning. Pickup will be March 29th from 5 to 7. Again, at Katya's house, right by Slatington Elementary. Again, it's March 29th from 5 to 7. We will also send out a reminder.
there will be, I'll post the address with it. Same policy as last year, and for the fall fundraiser, like everybody has been super cool about it. Like if you can just keep traffic flowing in one direction, and if there's any issues, like just pull up and to the side and we'll take care of it. Because so far my neighbors are really chill with it, but I don't know how long they're gonna be chill with it if people like can't.
That is Amanda Cromer's birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Amanda. So yeah, I mean, we'll post all the information, but you guys have been doing a great job with that. Thank you. Just keep doing it. I technically don't know if I'm allowed to do that.
Well, you can always just do it and ask for
Well, I mean, honestly, are there really rules during a pandemic? Like, just make it work.
501(c)(3) and taxes. We are still waiting on some paperwork for everything to be complete.
We have our stuff from the state. And the IRS has accepted our 501(c)(3) application, but I don't have like the official notice yet. And Andrew said that the IRS stuff will take longer than the state stuff would anyway.
Right. So
But they have accepted it.
They did accept it.
Unless accounting software, it was recommended by our accountant. We have a program that is user friendly to anyone who would take on the treasurer role. At this time, we will do open discussion. Oh, I know. So since we're on open discussion, I made myself like other notes, and it's up here. I was playing around. What if for the food truck night we go to Philly Pretzel, purchase pretzels, and have someone man the table and sell pretzels?
Oh, that'd be cool. I was just thinking that. Why don't we form some sort of?
Because I know for football, I mean, we would go there, buy like 2 cases. I don't know how much it costs, but we would sell them for like $3 and we would profits. I mean, we could have Nevaeh and Elizabeth do
There
that.
we go.
Did we have Rita's again?
I did not, because I didn't want to have more than one ice cream people. So I didn't know, like,
Right.
I mean, Bananarama is like ice cream. Rita's
Right.
is ice. I can go out to them.
Because I feel like they're different, but
Yeah.
Okay, and I know Jen would definitely do it because I've talked to her.
I mean, Rita's is also not really big, so they don't take, like, their truck is not huge, so it doesn't take up a massive amount of space. I mean, it's something that we can fit in,
I will
but
contact Rita's. But how do you guys feel about, should I look into that?
I don't think it's a bad idea.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with looking into it. Yeah, I not sure how much we would actually need, but I feel like it can be accomplished.
I just figured it was,
Yeah.
you know, an idea to get more.
Yes. I mean, I say let's look into it and see what it's going to cost and what it's going to look like. And then if we do not end up getting more trucks, that we fall back on that.
Okay.
If we get enough trucks, then that will free us up to run other things and do other
I
things.
just figured like
Yeah.
Elizabeth and Nevaeh, that's something that they could just stand behind a card table and do.
Give the youth an, an activity.
Something simple. My other open discussion one was I wasn't sure if in the past we did anything for Administration Day for the secretaries. That also is coming up on April 21st. If we are doing something for them.
Did we do something in advance for them separately?
I don't remember. I thought I got them gift cards last year.
I feel like they do a lot and things that really
I
nobody
feel like
else
we got
in
them
the
like
school
an extra
does.
gift card.
So here's the thing with that. I feel like they've stepped up for us a lot this year because we weren't allowed in the school and we kind of complicated their lives by having them do things for us that we normally would have done ourselves. So I think we should recognize them separately.
Yeah.
So there are 4 of them, 2 at each school.
Do we stick with our little gift basket thing again and
I
just
think they
tuck
would
some
love
gift
that.
cards in there?
Yeah, I think that would be
I
a
bet
good
you they
idea.
would really love the gift basket. Just because, like,
The gift baskets are just great. We made one for our mail lady
If you
for
make
Christmas.
Peter's-
She cried.
let's
Like,
make Peter's like have a purple basket, and Mrs. Reese will love it. It doesn't matter what else is in the basket; she's gonna love it. So just something purple for Peter's, and then whatever. I don't know what Mrs. Betts' favorite color is.
Kristen Zook, I will message you what we're talking
She
about.
already. She's
Okay.
like, I can do a basket with gift cards.
if you need
like we
help
did
with
for the
baskets,
school
let us know because we
classes.
just assigned you a lot of baskets.
No, just yeah. Okay, and that's all I had for open discussion. Rebecca?
I have open discussion stuff.
Put the camera over to you now.
Oh, okay, sure.
I
Can
don't
you
know.
get the back of it so it doesn't fall over? Wow. Okay. So
you need to.
there we go. Okay, so I had a couple. Does anybody think that maybe we could do chocolate walk for back to school on Monday?
Let's check the weather.
Okay. Yeah, because I know the weather this weekend is iffy. I was just a thought.
I know. I didn't bring any of your stuff up that we talked about.
No,
maybe
that's
you
okay.
can do it yourself.
That's fine. And then I had an idea for
Wait, when will we be doing chocolate walk?
when the kids for
Mr.
March
Sheldrake just
15th
emailed
when the
me.
kids go like back 4 days.
Okay, well I'm out. I'm not helping.
Okay.
I'm busy.
Okay.
In theory, based on the weather report, it could be done.
Okay.
I
We have to
kind
do it
of
on Sunday. That's my And
Yeah,
it has
and
to last overnight.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't have time to do it on Sunday.
Okay.
So you lost 2.
The other thing is, like, yes, technically it's back to school, but the majority of the kids who are participating in the 4 days have already been in the hybrid.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, yes, there are a few kids that are coming back,
Yeah.
but
It's not like a significant
yeah,
number.
no.
Okay. So, that one's that. And then, it was just something I thought of now. I don't know if it really falls into our, scope of things. I'm wondering if the Backpack Putties program that we spearheaded, but then Food Services has done a wonderful job with it. If they have thought about including personal care items, especially for the children at Slatington who might need deodorant, feminine products, a 6th grader might need laundry, things like that.
So I know in the school board meeting
They just got
on
a big
Monday, they
donation.
just got a really big donation.
Yeah.
I don't know how they want to use that. Maybe it's something that we can bring up. I don't know if.
I guess
I
we'd
mean,
ask
I guess
Mrs.
we would-
Bonnick, right? 'Cause she's
Yeah,
kind
but
of-
she's food services.
yeah, but
like,
she's the one
yeah.
that's filling the backpack.
I guess maybe we could send her an email and just ask her how she felt about that.
Okay.
Or perhaps we ask Mr. Pine, does this go with the backpack program, or should we set up a different, like, I know some schools have like a personal hygiene product shop per se, where you can, like, they have toothpaste, toothbrushes, deodorant, shower gel,
That's
the
probably
works.
something the nurse
Yeah.
might decide.
Right, and it's like it's sort of dispensed by the office or the nurse, based on
remember
need.
on one of our meetings way back that we did talk about this, and the nurse did have a lot of things like feminine.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I could really, I don't, aside from like toothpaste and toothbrushes, I really can't see what other personal care items kids at Peters would need.
Wait, Kim, what is state run? She just said it's state run. Is she talking about the
Well,
food
yeah,
banks?
no. Well, there's the free lunches that they continue through the summer.
Yes.
Now we got that news that it's going to be continued through the summer as well, like the free lunch program.
Okay.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Backpack Buddies, which makes, I thought that was independent.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about, the kids who are food insecure, who get sent home with a backpack with food for the weekend.
Yeah, that's totally
Right.
different than
Then-
going on a Wednesday to
yes.
pick up the
Yes.
Right.
So that's what I'm thinking about.
You pick it up on a Wednesday though.
No, the backpacks I think still get sent home
on a Friday.
with the kids. It's for,
Really?
yeah.
I get them on a Wednesday.
Do you get a backpack?
Yeah, for 3 of the kids I pick up for.
Are they full virtual?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so I think the full virtual kids are getting them with lunch pickup.
Okay, that
The
makes
kids
sense.
who
I was
are
gonna
in
say, 'cause
school
I
are getting
definitely
them,
carry 3 of those heavy bags.
The kids who are in
Up the
school are
biggest
getting
steps
them.
ever.
Well, no, I guess Group B would be getting them from school, and Group A would be getting
Tuesday.
them at their
I just
either
assumed
on
'cause it's a
Tuesday or
pretty
at
big
their pickup.
Chart.
If they're picking up, because if you're in school Monday, Tuesday, you pick up lunches.
You
what
could
is it?
probably pick up
Everyone
Tuesday.
does
that.
Everybody
Send them
does
home
that, yeah.
Tuesday and then send them home.
But no, that's a separate thing, and I mean they just got a huge
They're
donation
still
for that.
providing lunches for Wednesday because they let me know
Okay.
today.
But
But I pick up a lot.
I don't mind emailing Mrs. Bonnick or Mr. Pine and asking him if there is a
Did
need,
Kim answer you?
if there's something. we
Oh
can
yeah,
help with.
she's the backpack program, and she said it's not independent. So maybe the state took over.
But I'm confused as to why they got a donation for it. Then, like that seems weird. If it's, you know, like they wouldn't
I
need the funds,
I can email.
but yeah.
Should I email Mr. Link and ask him?
No, you're not gonna
Yeah.
like.
Should I email Mr.
that
Pine
came
then?
that came out.
I
wrong.
would-
I would email Mrs. Bonnick
Mrs.
and
Bonnick.
find out if there's a need,
Okay.
what that need is, what it looks like.
Okay.
Because it could, I mean, if that whole thing is state funded, then maybe they're using that donation for like other things anyway.
I'm ready for my next topic.
Nope, we're good.
Rebecca's like, I got more.
I got more. All right.
If anybody out in Facebook has a open discussion, please type it because we'll sneak it in through Rebecca's list.
Yeah. Like, we want to hear from you guys too. Yeah.
If they write it now, then we don't have to wait with the lag.
So my other idea is for back to school in the fall. Since we don't know what that's going to look like yet, I thought about an event for kindergarten parents that we could do on Meet the Teacher Night if things resume normally.
Assuming there is a Meet the Teacher Night.
And we do not have a virtual Meet the Teacher Night, and we have an in-person Meet the Teacher Night for kindergarten specifically. I feel like maybe we could do it for like third grade also, because you're going to a new school. Does third grade go and do like a tour?
Yes.
Okay. So I would say kindergarten and third grade parents, like a social gathering event sponsored by the PTO, where since we've always had a table set up on back to school night, we could do that again, give them our information, and then provide an actual social atmosphere for parents to meet each other, meet the other kids in their class outside of the classroom. Because when you're in that classroom listening to the teacher, there's really no socialization. And if you're in kindergarten,
But isn't that what the, like, after, like, most of the parents just get up and kind of want to go. They leave.
Yeah.
But that's what that, like, they're supposed to end, and that's what that discussion is. You're not supposed to just stand there and wait for your teacher to talk to you and then leave. You're supposed to be mingling. At least maybe that's what I did. I always found a cool parent.
When Mason was in kindergarten, and also when he started first grade, and we did Meet the Teachers in the classrooms, we were so like packed in, we couldn't move. And there were students there where both parents were there. There were families with younger kids because they didn't really have an option. And it was very crowded. And in kindergarten especially, unless you're the type of person to be like, hi, I'm new here. What about you? There's really not an icebreaker.
So I pointed at Nevaeh. I pointed at Gina and was like, we need to be friends.
So, I mean, this was just my personal experience, but when my first child had kindergarten orientation, I needed to take all three of my kids with me. I had 3 small children with me. And I literally grabbed a Join the PTO flyer on my way out the door and shoved them back into the car. I don't really remember a single person that was there, whether I knew them before or not. I filled out my paperwork. I tried to wrangle my children, and I shoved them back into the car. But what if I like this idea of having like more parent connectivity. What if we provided an opportunity to sign up for like a parent phone book or contact book?
That's kind of what I was leading into next.
Because oftentimes my kids have made new friends at the beginning of the school year, even if I have a kid who's in 4th grade. He will come home and be like, oh, like, I'm friends with so-and-so now. Like, can I have a play date with them?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know who they are. Like, how do I get in touch with them? And
do you know what Mason came home with on Friday? A Post-it note.
What's his name? Ian?
Evan.
Yeah.
So we actually met up at Eagle's Nest today.
So I know the school is not allowed to give out contact information, but I do not a friend of mine lives by Harrisburg, and their PTO does this where you don't have to be a member of the PTO, you don't have to participate in PTO things, but the PTO has a contact book. Mm-hmm. And it'll have like grade, like by grade, by last name, like your phone, like a phone book used to be. Now theirs is posted on the PTO website, on their PTO website, and not like, they don't necessarily print out copies.
Right.
But so this is a way for parents to be able to get in touch with each other. That might be something that we could.
I think that's kind of what I was leading up to, because that's exactly what happened to me this week. Mason has this brand new friend, and he doesn't play any organized sports. So I mean, he's in karate, but like, I
Right,
don't
where
know
do you find-
anybody else
right.
who's in karate.
Right.
So Mason ended up coming home with a Post-it note with mom's email address and phone number on it, which is great. But it was almost like I had to do the same thing in kindergarten with the little
Yeah.
girl that Mason rode the bus with and, you know, absolutely loved. I had to send a note to school with
yes.
Mason to say, please give this to this little girl. Stick it in her folder or something. Take it home
My
with her.
kids have brought home phone numbers written by their friends that are not complete phone numbers. I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's the phone number for Johnny's mom. Okay, does Johnny's mom even have a name?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so this would be a way for, you know,
And-
more community involvement, kind of like
And
let parents get to know each other.
And I feel like if we added, even if we didn't have a lot of participants, if we added some kind of a social element to it, we could do like popsicles on the playground or something like that. Just an opportunity for them to actually stop.
So maybe
And see
that's
it.
something we could do before school starts.
Like an open house, like a PTO open house.
Like and I don't know how we would get the word out about this necessarily, or maybe like right after school starts, but like a meetup at the park at Eagle's Nest. Did your, you know, like, hey, did your child just start kindergarten? Do you want to like meet some of their parents? Like, show up at Eagle's Nest from the hours of such and such. Like, have it be like more of a casual thing. So I mean, you know, if not a lot of people come, who cares? You brought your kids to the playground and they played for a few hours.
Yeah.
Like, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Either before school starts, like, hey, make a new friend before you get to kindergarten, so you know, like, somebody at
Yeah.
school, or shortly after school starts.
I would almost be like, when you receive your letter that gives you your teacher assignment,
Have that included.
yeah, maybe we could ask them to, include it with everything.
I think that's something we can talk about in the next couple meetings. I mean, we have a
Yeah.
few months to figure that out, but I like the idea.
Sorry.
Do we like the idea? Can we continue? Can we
Yeah.
Yes.
continue to play with this? Okay, good.
Yes.
All right.
Next, does anyone? Did we get anything from
No.
Facebook land?
No.
Okay.
Okay. And
I'm just
then
gonna take over your job here.
This-
Sorry.
this was
Attention.
No, I know, but I'm like.
so we just approved our bylaws, and I feel like we may have missed out on something that two things that could be crucial. As they could become crucial. So one of those is the bylaws haven't been reviewed or revised in how many years before we did them? 3?
Just 2, I think.
Is it 2?
Yeah.
Was it 2 years? Okay. So I think that reviewing and revising the bylaws needs to be something that is
I think we should be
regularly. I think that we should do it either every 2 years.
I think it should be done every 2 years at the
Like,
end of our
yeah.
position change, because our
With the
needs
elections
are
and
our
position
needs.
changes,
Right.
Those are, I don't want to say they're based off of our needs, but they are. They are based off of what we feel we can provide and do best. So I think every 2 years, especially if there's new faces on.
Has it been 4 years?
No, we're on for 4 years.
No, you're not.
No, we're only on
It's
for
2
2
years.
years.
2 years.
You
2
can't serve more than 2 consecutive
consecutive
terms in one position.
Okay.
But you have elections every 2 years.
Correct.
So if you want to be
Yeah.
president again, you have to
Correct.
say you're running for president again. Or, you know, nobody offers to take your job and you're just stuck with it. But
So I feel like that's something that we need to add to the bylaws.
Yes.
That the bylaws should be reviewed and revised every 2 years. And I would say even like if a new officer comes on board, there almost needs to be like not like a full revision where we need a vote and everything, but it almost needs to be like, make sure that you're aware of everything that's in here.
Like a sign off.
Yeah.
Well, like a new officer just needs to read the bylaws and make
Yeah.
themselves familiar with it.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, I think that's just general best practice.
Right.
But
I think we should definitely have something in there that says these bylaws should be reviewed and revised every 2 years.
so if we're amending that again right now, then we have to go through this whole process again.
No, so I'm just making a
General statement.
and suggestion. Because I
So
have
at
another.
the next time it's
Yeah.
revised.
I mean, this
we
could be.
add that in.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think that we should keep like a running document, like a working document of things that we have thought of that need to be added. Because when we did this one, I had stuff, Amber had stuff, Kaya had stuff, I think you had stuff. Like we all individually had our own ideas, but I mean, if we're only going to be revising, like actually revising and voting every 2 years.
What we say?
I don't have stuff. Don't lie to me.
I don't know, but I mean, if we have a working document,
Yes.
at least then when it comes time to revision and voting again, at least we can have something to work off of.
So just make a Google Doc. And
Well, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, but I think like it's
Just make a
something
list
we
on the
should-
PTO thing, like on
Yeah.
the PTO
the
drive,
sheet on the
and
sheet, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, those are my 2 general bylaw statements.
Anything else? Because we're
no,
okay.
I'm good. I'm good.
We're running over a
And
little
there's
bit.
been no comments.
There's
That's
been-
why I suggested that how long ago, so that way we didn't,
Yes.
because we lag and then we have to sit here for 5 minutes.
It's just like the top half of my
I know, and I can't.
Can anybody else be in this with me?
I'm coming. I just need to fix it.
Center of attention.
But like it's a little bit awkward.
Anyone out there have any suggestions, comments, ideas?
Requests, needs.
The conversation you guys are seeing are between Kim and Dylan, so
Okay.
Right.
nothing to relay to you.
All right, we'll give you about 5 minutes, and then we will wrap it up.
I was trying to avoid
Huh?
the 5 minutes.
Oh,
sitting here.
I know. Well, like 3 minutes.
Because there's a little bit of a lag.
Yes.
So we'll wait a minute. But I mean,
Yeah, I don't think there's anything.
we're at a speak now and forever hold your peace kind of thing.
Get the Jeopardy music on.
This is like the part that makes me awkward. Like I feel awkward.
Why?
I don't know.
You're not even in the screen.
You
I'm
haven't
like,
been in the screen the whole entire time. I think you should put it on her for the last 3 minutes, right? Only on her.
I do a lot of Facebook Live stuff. I do not need to be on another.
Okay. All right, we will see you guys here again April 14th, same time, 6 o'clock. Have a good night.
bye. Thank you.